We have our unit circle here, and we want to draw an angle with angle measure of 2 pi over 3 radians. So to start off, let's start with our initial side here. Our initial side is always going to be the positive portion of our x-axis. And this is going to be 0 radians. So this is where we're going to start. And once we go around our circle one full time, we're going to have 2 pi radians. 2 pi radians is one full turn around our circle. So let's fill in a couple other key benchmarks. Halfway around our circle, we are going to have pi radians. Halfway in between 0 and pi, we are going to have pi over 2 radians. And halfway in between pi and 2 pi, we have 3 pi over 2 radians. So we know we want an angle with a measure of 2 pi over 3 radians. That is going to be somewhere in between pi over 2 and pi. And so half of a turn around our circle is equal to 1 pi radian. So let's split 1 pi radian into thirds. So each of these green tick marks here represents pi over 3 radians. So we start here at 0. We move up to pi over 3 radians. That's 1/3 of pi radians. And then this other green tick mark is going to be 2 pi over 3 radians. And so this is going to be the terminal side of our angle. At 2 pi over 3 radians, it's 2/3 of 1/2 of our circle here. So this is going to be our angle with a measure of 2 pi over 3 radians. To determine the reference angle, we first need to determine which quadrant the terminal side of our angle is. So our quadrants never change. We're always going to have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. And the way that I remember this is it's a C. We start in quadrant 1, and then we go counterclockwise, and we create a C. So the terminal side of our angle here is in quadrant 2. Because our terminal side is in quadrant 2, we want to use one of these two formulas. And more specifically, we are working in radians here. Our angle measure is in radians, so we are going to use this first formula. So theta prime, our reference angle, is going to be equal to pi minus theta, or our angle measure in radians. So our reference angle is going to be equal to pi minus 2 pi over 3. When we subtract 2 pi over 3 from pi, we are left with pi over 3. And so this is our reference angle. So this angle right here, the angle that the terminal side of our angle makes with our x-axis is our reference angle. So theta prime here is pi over 3 radians.